Welcome to the hottest car reviews, proudly brought to you by Carshop.co.za with your host Luke Preston, our local motoring enthusiast, bringing you the best reviews right here, right now. So be sure to visit our website for the best deals and latest offers.
Welcome to a brand new episode on Carshop Drive. Today we're checking out the Suzuki Celerio GA. So, you've just got your driving license. What do you get your parents to buy for you? Or if you're paying for your own way, what is the first set of wheels you should buy? Or you're heading into your twilight years and perhaps you need a second runaround car that's going to last you to, well, when you kick the bucket. Or maybe you're just looking for an entry-level hatchback which is safe, reliable and cheap to buy and run. Well, you should definitely look at this. It's the new Suzuki Celerio GA. The Celerio is a funny looking thing, isn't it? From certain angles, it has the ability to look as long as it is high, giving it a bit of a strangely awkward boxy look. Looking at it from this angle, the narrow width and that above average high roofline does make it look a little awkward, but crucially it makes for a very roomy interior, but a little bit more on that later. It costs a shade under 114 grand and comes standard with a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty. So what do you get for your hard-earned bucks? Or your parents' hard-earned bucks? On the outside you have to make do with plastic door handles and mirrors, as well as steel 14-inch rims with plastic covers. Alloy wheels are an option though. Unfortunately a radio CD player is not standard fitment, however it does come pre-wired with an aerial and 2 front speakers, so fitting an aftermarket unit won't cost a fortune. So what do you get under the bonnet? Well, you probably guessed it already. It's a 3-cylinder 1-litre motor producing just 50 kilowatts and 90 newton meters of torque. And there it is. Probably not much bigger than a motorbike engine, but that's a good thing. Suzuki actually make pretty good motorbike engines. Parents of newly licensed children will be pleased to hear that the Celerio's 0 to 100 time is a very leisurely 14 seconds. I'm sure said children will probably not be as pleased. It's not all doom and gloom though, because the Celerio weighs next to nothing, so it's sprightly enough. You've just got to get used to the fact that, well, hills won't be your friend. That little 3-cylinder engine is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. And come to think of it, manual is a bit of a trend in this car. You've got manual windows, manual mirrors, manual lights, manual wipers, manual central locking and a manual seat. But that's kind of the point in an entry-level priced car, isn't it?
Considering its budget-beating ambitions, it does have quite a few nice-to-have features, which we take for granted, such as air conditioning, a digital clock which incorporates fuel consumption readout and range to empty indicator, halogen headlights, a rear windscreen wiper, as well as a driver and front passenger airbag and ABS are standard fitment on the bog standard Celerio GA.
So what's this little Celerio like to drive? Well, it's not the hardship you might expect actually. For starters, there's lots of room inside. I'm big, I'm 6 foot, I'm a big guy, and I find there's a lot of room, especially for your headroom. There's more space in the back than you might expect as well, so you will get a baby chair in at least. And that boot, being quite deep, will swallow up the pram as well. This little 3-cylinder motor is one of the better ones I've experienced actually, and it's crucially hasn't got a turbo. I'm not a big fan of the 3-cylinder turbos that have been making their way into the industry. Yes, they've got more power and more torque, but they're actually quite thirsty too. This little thing barely sips fuel at all, and I've been returning less than 6 litres per 100 kilometers, which is brilliant. So you can be assured the running costs are low. So is 114 grand too much for the entry-level Suzuki Celerio GA? Well, considering the features and some of the standard stuff you get on the competition, I would say not. So meaning if you're newly licensed or your child is newly licensed, you're just on a budget, or if you're about to kick the bucket, the Suzuki Celerio is a good buy and you'll get lots of bang for your buck. So that's it for today guys. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to check us out on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and visit carshop.co.za for great specials on used cars.